All right. So we are rolling. Thank everybody for coming to the Around This Joint Zoom Kickback. So what's up? Just wanted to take this opportunity to let our listeners just get a chance to kind of, see some of us live and in action, get a feel for our personality, just see our chemistry and our synergy, and then just hear, how we feel about Around This Joint and all of the fun that we're having. They hear our voices on the airwaves, but, they don't really get to see our faces. They don't really get to chop it with us, and they don't always know. It's like, that's the person that plays their favorite character. So we're going to start off just going around the table with introducing yourself. What do you do for ADJ? Like, what shows are you in? And then what characters do you voice? So I'll start. I'm Liana. I am the writer, director, producer. I also narrate inside of Fortuitous Destiney, just a little bit. And Around This Joint is kind of like just my dream, everything. And I am having the time of my life. So we're going to work ourselves from my right to left. So Fola, go ahead, go next.
I'm Fola Hassan. I've been with Around This Joint for, it's been like a week or two. And I've played Chief Jacobs on All Things, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
Okay. Fola. Nikki?
Okay, I am Nikki Cherie, and I play Toria. Fortuitous Destiney. And I'll be playing Sabrina in All Things.
All right. Dan the man.
My name is Daniel. I play Adonis on Fortuitous Destiney. I love Around This Joint. I enjoy kicking it with all of my peoples, and I'll be playing Smokey on All Things.
All right, Janine, you go while Leah figures out her mute.
All right. I am Janine Cunningham. I play Kimberly and the police receptionist on Fortuitous Destiney. I will also be playing Michelle on All Things, and I'm also the sound engineer for a couple of the episodes for Fortuitous Destiney, and I will be the primary sound engineer for All Things.
All right, so question number one, tossing it out there. Anybody want to answer? Why did you join Around This Joint Entertainment?
Well, I joined Around This Joint Entertainment because I always felt like I was an actor and I always wanted to voice act. So this platform allowed me the opportunity to get my feet wet and just, see what I'm about in this voice acting world.
All right.
And your voice is smooth like butter.
Yes, it is.
Appreciate
Right. I joined ADJ because of that lady over there in the corner, Nikki Cherie. She and I go way, way back, and she was telling me about this project she was involved with. And she was like, it was a lot of fun. I think you'd be really good at it. And she turned my name in, and the rest is history.
Nikki Cherie?
Okay, and then I joined Around This Joint because of Yana. I just really believe in your vision and your dream and want to do whatever I can to support you and your success.
Thank you. All right, our next question. What is your favorite episode? I'm gonna answer that one first. So it's tough. All right, so this is specifically what is your favorite Fortuitous Destiney episode. So it's tough because it's like for a long time it was episode 3. Like you couldn't tell me nothing about episode 3 from the way it came in to Adonis talking about don't answer the phone, and then just everything that transpired throughout the day. We got to hear Kimberly for the first time and her island accent, and then Judah and all of his voicemails. So for a long time it was episode 3, but right now episode 7 is giving episode 3 a run for its money because on an emotional and a psychological scale, they both just leave you sitting there what's about to happen next. So for me, it's 3 and 7.
Yes, I agree. 7 was a real tearjerker for me.
Yeah.
3 was a roller coaster, and I was like, oh my God, this guy is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got to 7, it was like, I mean, it was hard to edit that episode because, I mean, I know it was acting, but tears were just rolling down my face as a sound editor because I had to keep going over and over to make sure everything was right. And I was just like the whole time. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, I just saw episode 7 like a couple of days ago, and that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it really showed the range of Nikki, and like how good she is as a voice actress. I really like episode 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I actually it was a toss-up, but I think emotionally, episode 8 is probably my favorite because it's the one that emotionally had me the saddest because Tori's leaving and she has to leave Adonis and so just that whole buildup of what's gonna happen, for whatever reason, episode 8 was the one that pulled on my heartstrings the most.
Okay. So we got our Olivia back. So Liv, tell us, introduce yourself and tell us what character you play and what show you're in, and then directly after that, tell us what's your favorite episode.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hi, my name is Olivia Queener. I play Destiny Kahele for Fortuitous Destiney, and my favorite episode, hands down, has to be episode 5.
Okay.
I guess because so many different changes and so many interactions with so many different people that you actually got to see like the real kind of side of Destiny. Like, okay, maybe she's not wrapped all the way too tight. That's my favorite one.
Okay. All right. Next question. Anybody, who is your favorite Fortuitous Destiney character?
I don't know if I can speak for everybody, but I think hands down it might be Latoya, TT, Pop, bust a cap in that ass.
It's the daughters with that smooth and butter voice.
And you know what? Of course, I love my homie, my Rolly, Tori. But stole it from me, honestly, was Kimberly from the leasing office. Did that. I'm not gonna get that on a shirt. When you did that, you know what I'm talking about. Took it.
Trying to get at your man.
Slightly insulted but impressed at the same time.
Right.
Thank you.
Kimberly from the leasing office. Kimberly from the leasing office is like brother man from the 5th floor. Like, you gotta say from the leasing office. Like, you just can't say Kimberly
Right.
from the leasing office. Right.
I think for me, probably hands down, my favorite is Judah. Just because he is, I don't know where everything led to with the whole episode, but I don't know. It seems like he was genuinely curious and confused as to why is she treating me like that? Because I think there's a little bit more going on, and I think, Destiny might have been leading him on. And that's why he was confused.
So you about to get her dumped.
Seriously, it's the audacity for me, people.
So I think my favorite character is Tori. Like, my favorite character is Tori because I don't know, I just always wanted a Tori in my life. You know, she's just like this fictional person that I kind of just always like, I wish I could meet somebody like Tori in real life. I've never known a Tori in my whole entire life. So Tori's my favorite. I am Tori, but Tori's my favorite character because she's that best friend that's just gonna keep it a buck with you like all day, every day. Like, she's never gonna let you fall. She's never, like, she's always watching your six. She always has your back, but then at the same time, it's like, you also know that in addition to her, like just having your back in general, like she'll kill somebody for you. I'm just saying. So,
And a heart.
favorite character. All right, let's see. All right, so Liv kind of took us into this question. If you can have one FD quote on a shirt, what would it be?
It's a click for me.
I wonder how you would put that on that shirt. Just
I don't even
like
know.
a mouth with
You do
click
like
or something. I
symbols
don't
or
know.
something?
We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out.
You got to go with Donna's.
If I put a quote on the shirt, the front of the shirt would say, "Hey, shorty, what you got on?" And the back of the shirt would say, "Clothes, nigga." Like, that's what I would put on the shirt. I think that's episode 3. That's an exchange between Fortuitous and Destiney. That's what I would put on the shirt.
Classic.
Or you probably have to get one that says "right."
And it's gotta like say it all the way down.
Right. With a bunch of eyes and then GHD at the bottom.
Right.
It's the pop for me.
Yeah, we got to get pop on the shirt. We got to get, and I don't know, we got to figure out how to get a clone of Willie on the shirt without like no trademark or no copyright infringement. Because I'm just saying, like, they retweeted us and everything. They was rocking with us, y'all. Like, I went to Twitter and told Clone of Willie to go check us out. They was in episode 5 and they literally retweeted us. Like, so I'm just saying, we might have to collaborate with them on something because they was feeling Tori trying to clone Adonis as well. I'm just saying. Think about marketing. But
oh, wait. Another one I'll put on the shirt is "No puss have no business in the dog fight."
Oh Lord. Up yourself, boy.
Well, you could put burrito on the shirt.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's a dope
third
name
runner
for
up
it.
burrito.
You can have maybe a burrito with a cat head sticking out.
I can see some people getting a kitten and naming it Burrito too after that episode. Like, it's
Oh, it's done.
2021 name Burrito. That's a cute name
It's
for a
done.
cat.
We have a cat with a sombrero.
Already know.
So little do y'all know, y'all coming up with ideas for our merch, just FYI. Like, some of this stuff is literally going on shirts. It'll be on the website. So just so you know, we are going to launch some merch that just comes from some of our quotes and things like that. Let's see. For those who are familiar, who do you think will become your favorite All Things character? Just from what you know so far, what you heard.
I think Drew might be my favorite character.
Okay.
I think we're seeing a little bit of like layers to him, and we're gonna see some more like as things go down the road, like what he's made of, how he deals with like certain things that might happen to him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I like Drew. Drew's intense. Anybody else?
I'm right there with Fola. I think Drew is probably it right now. He's playing the heck out of this businessman role. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's nailing it. Yeah. For me, and we haven't seen him yet, but I think y'all really gonna like Smokey. Like he's one of those characters that's a supporting character, but he's impactful and he's funny. So I think y'all gonna like Smokey. Like, Smokey's kind of near and dear to my heart. So I think y'all gonna like Smokey.
All right. You bring it, Dan.
Well, you know, I got to do something.
All right. Our last question. And I'll go first. In what ways are you similar to your character or characters, and in what ways are you different? So I'm the narrator. So for me, it's like telling a story is kind of just what I do. So I enjoy narrating. Like, so in that aspect, I'm very similar to just like being able to, like right now, everybody at attention. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, to just being able to start to speak and people was just like, story time. Like, so, and then one way I'm not like a character is I tried to do Lizzie in all things. We got a different Lizzie. We needed somebody to come in and say today, because I quickly learned I can narrate a story all day, but if you need me to voice act, I'm gonna be over here writing you a script. I'm gonna stick to my day job. Right? so those are two characters. Tried my hand at one. Was like, I'm just gonna stick to narrating and writing. So anybody else? In what ways are you like your character, and what ways are you not like your character?
Well, I can say for myself, my character, she paints a lot, and it was cool that one of the stories was that she used to do this with her dad. Mm-hmm. It was something that I used to do with my father. We used to go to stores all around. We find little statues and things and like repaint them. Like, he's the guy who taught me how to make flesh tone look flesh, you know? So it was cool having that aspect in there. And then, I don't know, I think she's kind of goofy, and I'm definitely goofy. So, yeah. I'm in love with her. In ways I'm not, I think I'm a little more cynical. Mm-hmm. I know I'm a lot more cynical. Mm-hmm. Downright pessimistic at times, you know. So she looks on a brighter side of things, or a different side of things that I'm not used to. She's not as jaded.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Dan the man?
Well, in ways I'm similar to my character, because I do have this laid back demeanor. I do care about the people I love. I'm intentional with showing them, that I love them. I'm thoughtful. In ways I'm not like Adonis, is he's a lot more calm than me. Like, he has a level head on his shoulder. When something is like irking me just a little bit, like, you're going to feel all the intensity, and you're going to know, like, oh, this is a problem. Let me not do this again, because I don't want to see that side. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I'll jump over to all things with Michelle. Michelle is an executive assistant, which is what I am in real life. So I'm a lot more matter of fact and get the job done and do whatever it takes to get it done. And then as far as Kimberly, I'm not quite as in heat as Kimberly, just to say. But there is a compassionate side to Kimberly. She's about the business, but she does care. But she is a nut job of sorts, kind of funny and whimsical. And that I possess that. You guys really haven't seen that yet, because I try to keep that under reins right now. But one day, hey, it might pop out and you'll be like, oh my God. Is that Judah and remake and reincarnate?
Nikki?
And then Tori, I think, is just who I'm Tori with my close girlfriends. Mm-hmm. I'm a ride hard. I'm a pop them, pull up my boots, do whatever I need to do. So yeah, I'm ghetto fabulous. Tori. That's my alter ego.
All right, and then Fola. So from what I've shared with you about Chief Jacobs, are there any ways that you see that you kind of identify with some of his, without giving us too many spoilers, are there any ways that you see that you kind of identify, like with some of his characteristic traits and decision-making skills, and ways where you like, no, bro, that ain't me.
From what I gathered, I feel like he's very protective. Mm-hmm. And he likes to be there for people that he cares about. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I can relate in that sense. Like, I want to be everywhere and do anything I can to help people and to be there for ones I love. So I can relate to that for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, those are all of our questions. I thank each and every one of you for just taking the time. Like, anybody got anything they want to say before we wrap up? Any shout outs? Go ahead, Nikki.
I need to know, how did you put all these characters together? Like, you created all of these characters. Mm-hmm. That you knew? Was it just a figment of your imagination? Like, the way that you put the story together was impeccable. But how did you come up with the individual characters?
In addition to me needing therapy, no, seriously, so it's kind of, art imitates life. So in each character, I'm there somewhere, especially the girl characters, like Michelle in All Things. I was an executive assistant for a season of time. You see what I'm saying? Even Lizzie, I was a party girl for a season of time. You know what I'm saying? With bad decision-making skills. And then with Tori, Tori is just who I am. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, but even with Destiney, it's like there's some me inside of Destiney. Like, just with how she approaches her caution, like that whole at the beginning of the show where like she drove herself to the first few dates and she wouldn't let him pick her up. And this was his first time even walking her upstairs, and had Judah not broken in, he wouldn't even came in. And that's me. Like, it's gonna take you a hot second to get close up on me. You just gonna go ahead and walk away. Because if you think we're gonna move fast real quick, ain't gonna happen. You got trust issues. So in some aspects, there's a lot of me in all of the characters, but then in most of the characters, it's my friends, it's my family, it's people I've met along the journey of my life, it's coworkers. Like, I knew Daniel would be perfect for Adonis. Like, for me, Adonis is literally my dream guy. Like, that's my dream date. Like, opening up the doors and just being kind and being thoughtful and like seeing the need and taking care of the need. So as I was writing Adonis and his characteristic traits and his actions, it was really just personally what, my dream guy. But then when I thought about somebody playing Adonis, Daniel just kind of naturally embodies, you get what I'm saying, those characteristics and those attributes. So when he got the script, he's like, hey, this me. Like, I would do some cheesy stuff like that. Like with the whole My Little Pony thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so the characters are also just little nips and pieces and nuggets of just the people in my everyday life. And then some characters, that's it. Like, who do I want this person to be, or what am I trying to convey? And then some characters just come from the mud. Like, they just come from scratch and just take on a life of their own. So it's fun though. Like, it's fun.
Do you find yourself when you've written an episode and you go through and you record it and you hear it from end to end, does it cause you to make any tweaks in your next episode, or do you just stick with what you might have already had in mind?
Yeah, like, it causes tweaks. Like, it does. It causes tweaks because the delivery that like you all bring, like the energy that you all bring, is like, I knew who I wanted Tori to be, but when Nikki took Tori and embraced her and brought her to life, then I knew where Tori could go. It's like, oh, Tori about to be off the chain. You see what I'm saying? It's like, in those first 2 episodes, she was just the best friend that kind of says the taboo stuff. And it's like, oh my God, did you really just say that? But once I knew that Nikki was comfortable and she was selling the crap out of the character, then it's like, I'm about to take the lid off of Tori. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it, even Kimberly, like, first off, we didn't even know Kimberly was about to be from the islands. Right. Denise just showed up with an accent and we was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. But once we had that, and I knew that Kimberly can bring that flair and that diversity, then when we got to episode 7, and I knew everything is going to be serious, from Detective Jacob showing up to everything. That episode was just like, whoo. Then it's like, okay, we're used to Tori being our comic relief. We're used to Tori making light of things and poking fun and, just making life brighter and lifting it up. But in that episode, Tori was on the flow. So I knew that we had room to let Kimberly give us the laughs and the nudges. So a lot of it is you all's delivery. It's like what you bring to that character then opens and expands how I can write it. And then sometimes, like, I'll just be sitting, it's like, ooh, what if I did this and just took everybody on a roller coaster ride right quick? So it's kind of a mix of both. Like,
them roller coaster rides and them cliffhangers.
No.
Listen, my mother was texting me, what happens? Hello. Tori did what? I'm like, you gotta wait.
You gotta wait.
Gotta wait.
Exactly, from my husband, who usually doesn't engage in a lot of stuff like this. And I think he's probably more so engaged because I'm heavily involved in it. Like the other day, he walked in, I was editing episode 1 for All Things, and he said, so when are you going to tell me about the next episode that comes out? When are you? And I'm like, really? I mean, he's really hooked. But I know we were in the middle of something, and he walked in. He had just got through listening to the end of episode 6, and he said, "Oh my God, Judah killed Tori," and I'm sitting here going, "No, that's not how that went," but I can't tell it. You know, I'm sitting there laughing. So I'm really amazed at how I'm using him as an example, that people that you don't anticipate that would actually be engaged in something like this have now found a new outlet. I don't know if it's due to the COVID environment. I don't know if it's just due to, loved ones' participation, but it is reaching people that you would not anticipate, because never in a million years, and Nikki knows, never in a million years would I have ever expected Daniel to sit there and go, "When's the next episode coming out? When's the next episode coming out?" So I'm just like really, really astonished, and just I'm pleased with everything that's going on. I mean, you've got a very brilliant mind to be able to bring all situations, scenarios, characters, and everything together to capture the person that you wouldn't expect. So kudos to you.
Definitely.
Well, kudos to each and every one of you, because like I tell you all the time, I can write a stack of scripts up to here, but if it ain't nobody to come in and pick up those characters and bring them to life and make them more than what I can even think that they are in my mind, and then somebody to take all of this audio and edit it and split and splice and music and sound effects and give us that final production, I always call it a collaboration for a reason. This truly is a collaborative venture. So I think as much as y'all appreciate me, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So we're going to keep rocking. All right. We got our All Things second episode production in a few hours. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this Zoom down. I thank each and every one of y'all just for taking the time. I believe our listeners are going to enjoy just seeing our faces and getting to know us. And this will be on YouTube and all of our podcasting platforms next Thursday. So I'll let everybody know when it's getting launched so you can tell your people to tune in.
Hey.
That's my favorite part. I could not hear that, y'all. I be wishing I had some dreads, like waka waka. That's my favorite part of the whole theme song. All right. Well, everybody have a good day. And some of you, I will see you in a couple of hours.
All right, y'all. Real always.
All right.
Bye.
All right.